Hello and welcome to another video of Selling Life Annuities. I'm Steve Allison, internal annuity marketer, and today I have my good friend Tim Luby. He's our National Sales Director for Annuities. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about some questions that we get commonly asked from some of our agents, and it could be even questions that you may get from your clients when talking to them about annuities. So the first one that we typically get is, why shouldn't I choose the annuity with the largest bonus?
And that's a good question, and it is one we get a lot. Bonus annuities have come back in terms of popularity. Mm-hmm. And, the thing with the bonus annuity is, you often get what you pay for. Everybody's working with the same dollar. And the beauty of the bonus is that, it's a high level of certainty right away. You get a 10% bonus today, and so your account value is up by 10% day one, whether the index ever performs or not. But what we also think that we need to recognize with bonus annuities is very often you might find that the annuity without the bonus might be ahead of what the bonus annuity would be in, let's say, the 7 to 10 year time frame. Because they're all working with the same dollar. And so, you might get the bonus, but you might have lower credited rates along the way to kind of offset that. So there are some reasons why, you would consider that. On the other hand, for some clients, the certainty and the immediate gratification that comes with a significant bonus day one is pretty compelling.
Yeah, and I can imagine that can be pretty difficult to kind of wrap your mind around the fact that I'm getting this bonus now, but maybe 7 to 10 years from now, I might have been better off not getting the bonus and having a higher potential gain with my indexes. So,
right.
Yeah. So another one we get often is kind of a lot of times when it comes to income, and there's all sorts of different things that go into determining what might be the best annuity for income. One of them is Rollup Rates. Can you explain that and how that might be?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. When we talk about the guaranteed minimum withdrawal benefit riders, there's kind of 3 different pieces that kind of come into all of them. Some products have terrific bonuses in them. Some have no bonuses. Some can have a 20, 30, 40, 50% bonuses. Some have significant payout rates. The payout rate could be anywhere from 4%, depending on their age and that sort of thing, to 7 or 8%. And then there's the roll-up rates, the rate that, the income base would often step up or roll up each year. And so a very high bonus or even a very high roll-up rate can be very compelling. But I think what we recognize when we're looking at comparing the guaranteed income riders is that what's important is really who's guaranteeing the highest income. Because you can have a product with no bonus at all compared to a product with a 40% bonus, and the no bonus might actually be a higher income. So there are often some shiny objects that can distract people, whether it be a bonus or a step-up rate or whatever it may be. But what you really need and what you'll get from us is who's guaranteeing you and your client the highest income for what they're actually trying to do.
Yeah, that's ends up being the final result, right? Is what product is going to give the most income to the client that they can guarantee for the rest of their life, and they don't have to worry about any of those other things you just mentioned. Right. One thing we sometimes get to hear though is why do they feel like sometimes the income is so low?
I have to laugh at that because I do hear that often. And the funny thing is I've been doing this for a long time, and income's never been as competitive as it is right now. And particularly in the guaranteed minimum withdrawal benefit space, it's a highly competitive market right now. It seems like every week we see a carrier improve the value proposition of their guaranteed withdrawal benefits. So that's kind of interesting. I see the income numbers as that they've never been so high. If someone thinks they're low, I often have to wonder, what are you comparing it to? We're talking about an income guaranteed for as long as someone lives, or even guaranteed for as long as they and their wife live. And the numbers are really compelling. For a 65-year-old couple, they can get nearly 8% guaranteed for as long as either one of them lives. So what are they comparing it to? They may be comparing it to like a market-based bucket, where it's not guaranteed. Yeah. But that's when someone does say it's low, I have to ask, okay, you're talking about an income that's guaranteed for life for as long as either one lives, if that's the case, or even an individual doesn't have any downside market risk, they can't lose any money through the market. So there's a number of different components that go into the numbers that we offer. So, I think they're higher than I've ever seen. I really think if someone thinks they're low, they're not doing an apples to comparison. Is my read on that.
It almost can't be. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess one of the last things we want to touch base on here is they see what they can get, but they also feel like maybe the annuities is too expensive for them. Maybe the rider fee might be too high or whatnot, and just not maybe understanding how that fits into getting what you get back in return for your money.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think across annuities, a lot of times they get a bad rap, or there's a perception, if you will, that there are high fees on annuities all the time. And my impression is that most of the fees that people are often talking about are probably related to variable annuities. Yeah. And variable annuities do have the guaranteed minimum withdrawal benefits available on them too. But there's also mortality and expense charges and other things that come with those. But when it comes to the fees on fixed and fixed indexed annuities, you're very often talking just about the fee for the rider, the guaranteed minimum withdrawal benefit rider, the income benefit rider. And those fees are usually in the 90 to 120 range. So not very high, 90 basis points to 1.2% of the benefit base that's on there. And I personally feel like that's a bargain. When I think of the value that those income riders provide for a fee that comes out of the account value, so it's never going to affect their income, I think that's significant. Keeping in mind that the account value really doesn't matter as much. If you're buying an income rider, you should be buying it for the income. Yeah. And so, the account value is typically going down and going away.
Yeah, right.
So it doesn't matter whether the index performs really well or whether it's not that great. It really doesn't matter what the charge for that is. Yep. It could be non-existent or very high, but the income's still guaranteed for as long as they live. What those things would do, they would affect how long the death benefit lasts, how long the account value, and so the death benefit lasts, which is way secondary to the income that they're guaranteed for as long as they live.
Right, yeah, because that was the goal for them with that bucket of money, right? Was income, and not necessarily a death benefit passing on the beneficiary, just more about the income. So that's kind of a moot point worrying about maybe a rider fee for getting the income that you want.
That's right.
Well, thanks, Tim, for that. And we're coming to an end here in our video. So if agents want to reach out to us and get help from this, how can they reach you?
Okay, good question. For me, my email address is timl@gordonmarketing.com, and my direct dial number is 330-283-6140.
Yep, and you can reach me at sallison@gordonmarketing.com. My extension is also 140. But we'd really like to make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. And for that, happy selling.